Plaintiff Andrew Garrett was friends with the defendant, and he claims she turned out to be a good-time girl who was even in a swingers club. Andrew rented his home to the defendant and her ex while he was out of state, but she left his garage door open, and as a result, animals damaged his property, so he's suing. Defendant Kimberly K says after she and her ex moved into Andrew's home, she discovered her ex was a heroin addict, and he became physically abusive. Kimberly insists the garage door was broken and Andrew refused to fix it, and therefore she's not responsible for his damaged property.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I first met Kimberly through what I believe is the third husband of some of her various children. We were co-workers. We became...
You have to try and degrade the woman.
Well,
what is that? The third or fourth, or what you're on?
This is my fiance.
Okay.
He's not.
Congratulations. Go ahead, sir.
Kim and I were, and her former, were actually good friends. They would invite me over for dinner. They trusted me enough, we were close enough friends that they would ask me to watch their children at times, like, so they would have nights out. But as I got to know Kim, she was more of a good time girl than I was first aware of. She told me that she had been in a swingers club. She was very open with her sexual stuff.
Do you want him to talk about this? Because if it has nothing to do with the damaged property and it's hurting your reputation.
Well, she left at least one mattress there, and I'm not sure what those stains are.
Do you want him to talk about this nonsense or not? Sir, I don't want to hear anything that degrades the woman. You can make some observations that are non-degrading, sir. But I'm not going to let you say in front of her fiancé all this stuff that he might not know.
Well, she did it in front of him at times, too. She said things in front of him as well. She was more of a good time girl than I was first aware of. She told me that she had been in a swingers club.
Do you want him to talk about this? Because if it has nothing to do with the damaged property and it's hurting your reputation.
Well, she left at least one mattress there, and I'm not sure what those stains are.
I'm not going to let you say in front of her fiancé all this stuff that he might not know about.
Well, she did it in front of him at times, too.
Defendant Kimberly Case is being sued by her former friend, who claims Kimberly belonged to a swingers club.
Let's move to anything else you want to tell me about her. Is she a clean woman? This has to do with trash removal.
Not in my house, no. I have pictures.
She's nasty?
Well, I wouldn't say that she was nasty. I just think that she was...
It's either one or the other. Either a woman keeps a clean house or she keeps a nasty house.
She didn't keep my house clean.
Well, then she keeps it nasty. You nasty, ma'am?
No, I'm not.
Okay, you keep a clean house pretty much?
Yes, I do.
Right, good enough, all right.
I have some pictures of things that she left in the garage.
We had a woman in the old neighborhood when I was growing up. A friend of my mother, they called her Dirty Red because she never kept her house clean. I wonder why they call her Dirty Red. They said because she never keeps her house clean. Dirty Red is nasty. You nasty. Is this the house, ma'am, that you were living in?
I'm not for certain the pictures because I have not seen them, but...
Well, you can't see other than the trash.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Hand her the picture, dog. I want you to clear your reputation.
A lot of the stuff that was left in that house...
Oh, this looks like it's stored, sir. How did she come to rent from you?
Well, I had an opportunity to take care of my nephew for a year. The place that she and her former boyfriend was being sold, so it just coincided that I could move and then she could move in. While they were there, they broke up, and she decided to continue the lease. And after that, she moved out, didn't take her stuff with her.
Okay. Ma'am?
First off, I'd like to start off by saying, like he said, we were great friends, and my ex at the time, my boyfriend, whatever, started using various drugs, heroin. They became even closer as friends. I believe that they were both using as well.
Think he's a dope fiend, too?
Yeah.
You dope fiend?
No, sir, I'm not.
Okay, go ahead.
He became abusive, my ex. I didn't want to be with him anymore. A lot of the stuff that he's showing in these pictures is actually before I even moved out of the house, before I had rented a truck and taken everything out. a lot of the stuff that was in the garage, because his house still had so much furniture when we moved in it, we had to keep a lot of stuff in the garage because I couldn't fit everything inside the house.
Okay, so he's saying you didn't remove it.
Well, after she left, that first week she said she would come back and make arrangements to get it. I have witness statements about that. She actually swore that in front of my stepfather, who was the retired judge of the court I originally filed in, that she would take out the stuff. It was like 2 to 3 weeks of calls. She could just quit like answering, wouldn't return the calls. So approximately a month, a little over a month, people from my parents' church came in. Like what was salvageable we gave to a local shelter.
But your point is it was over a month. She didn't respond.
Yes.
Come and get her things over a month. So you're alleging that she abandoned her things, which gave you the right to sell it or remove them.
Yeah, I didn't sell it.
All right, good enough. And ma'am, he's right. 30 days is a time frame in which you can consider items abandoned if the person holding those items has contacted you and asked you to remove them. He said he asked you a few times and then he kept calling you and never responded. So yeah, that's a reasonable time to give a person before you consider it abandoned. How are you suing for the property? What property did she damage?
Well, as we removed her property, Your Honor, I need to explain a little bit. Like, it was stacked up so high and so deep that I couldn't get to some of my stuff that I had stored in the back corner. She left the garage door open during part of the summer and fall. There were raccoons and dead cats in my garage. I have witness statements to attest to that. One of my neighbors...
The garage door was broken.
Let's see it, please.
No, my garage door was not broken.
I had asked you numerous times, being my friend and coming over to my house almost twice a month.
All right, ma'am, hold on. Let me hear from you on the garage door.
Me and my ex at the time had asked him numerous times to come over and fix the garage door. Even though he lived out of state, he still came down at least twice a month, would hang out at our house, you know, hang out with my kids, and we told him, fix the garage. It's not going to shut all the way. It was probably about that high up off the ground, and it wouldn't shut.
You don't recall any of these requests?
No, because they never happened. My garage door was never broken.
I said, did you recall any of these requests?
No, she never requested, because the garage door was never broken. She never made the request.
I asked you that. I said, did she make any requests? You might not have felt it was broken. They may have felt it was broken, and they may have determined that they needed to ask you because they felt it was broken.
No.
Defendant Kimberly Case is being sued by her former friend, who claims Kimberly belonged to a swingers club.
How did you observe the damage? When did you see that it was left open?
I, myself, did not see that was left open. My neighbors who were witnesses saw it for weeks. And those are my witness statements, which I gave you.
Do you know, your witness statement. Read what your witness statement says. We told her it was open. They saw it over and over and over. You're good friends, so much so that they're willing to send a sworn statement into the court. Yet they weren't such friends to tell you, hey, Andrew, your garage door is open. I've seen it over and over and over. You might want to fix that. Didn't do that. They just said, here, take this statement so you can win your case.
That's not the way it went down. I was not in contact with most of my neighbors. Like,
they had no way of contacting you?
The same cell phone that you've had since me and you used to be friends, you still have.
Yes, but I wasn't good friends with
all
my
right,
neighbors.
So it required no repair?
The door?
That's correct.
No, sir, it did not.
So you just let it down and it was fine?
Yeah.
Did they come to you, these good neighbors?
No.
All right, these good neighbors saw it all the time and they didn't even come to her and say, hey, you need to push this button. Because I'm very good friends with him, because when he sues you, I'm going to give him a statement. So I'm very good friends. Let me see your bill for trash removal, sir. Do you have that?
I swear it's in here. Hold on.
It's like a garage. You can't find anything.
Thank you. All right, I'll grant you your trash removal because I believe that she had ample opportunity, and you called her to have it removed, and she failed to do so. You had a right to have it removed, and at her expense. So I'll grant you $835. I'm not convinced that she left the garage open to cause damage to your property. You haven't convinced me that she's done that. Judges for the plaintiff, $835. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He can say whatever he wants to, really. It doesn't bother me. He believes what he wants to believe, and that's just how he is.
I don't know. I hope you have a mop and a bucket of bleach so there's no slut slime on the floor.
Lose her number, Drew. Just lose it, because if you call
Oh,
again,
no problem.
I'll file
I don't
harassment
want it.
against you.